All right, today I want to talk a little bit about assets, investments, and what happens when we let our emotions get the best of us throughout turmoil, recession, and inflationary times like what we have right now. All right, so welcome to Jerome in Real Estate. I'm Jerome, your local realtor here in the Fountain, Colorado Springs area. And today I want to talk a little bit more about the broader aspect of investing in general. Obviously, this channel is mainly focused on real estate, but as I promised a long time ago, I definitely want to delve into more, not just one type of investment, which is real estate, but all of them. And today I want to go a little bit broad and chat a little bit about why it is that people seem to lose their minds and lose their wits and lose their emotions, causing them to lose money during times like this when we're close to recession or it's just turbulent, and things are looking pretty choppy. Okay. So, the first thing I definitely want to make sure of is everybody understands I'm just going to be focusing on assets right now. Okay. Assets are usually what we invest in. Doesn't really matter what type of investment you choose. Generally speaking, it's going to be an asset. Okay. The most commonly thought of investment vehicle or asset is the stock, right? When people think of, oh, I'm investing, they usually think stocks. And a stock is nothing more than a share of a company, that it helps you realize that you basically own a portion of that company. Now, logically, what should you be thinking, right? You should be thinking, well, I only want to own this company if the base of it is good, if there's great management, right? If there's a rock solid business model. It could be, well, you know what? It's close to being a monopoly, So I know that this company isn't going anywhere. I believe in it that much. I know that this share, this stock, will continue to give me value. Doesn't matter what type of value. Even though when I say value, I'm sure many of you are thinking money, but it's really value. If you believe that, let's say, Microsoft will continue to provide value for years to come to many people, then you'll be able to extract that value, and it may not be through money. It could be through other things, but yeah, most commonly it would be money, right? And you can move this discussion into crypto or Bitcoin as well, right? If you believe in the technology that crypto is promising, if you believe in blockchain, right, then you're going to invest in this asset and you're going to try to reap the value from it. What is the value that would come from Bitcoin? If you're still thinking money, then I know you're a little bit off. It may not be money. There's a lot of utility that is built into something like a Bitcoin, right? And that's why it's so difficult for a lot of people to grasp, is because they don't really understand blockchain technology and they don't understand what it could lead to. But if you do understand it, that's the reason you would be investing in it, right? Is because you think that it can provide you value down the road. Okay. And of course, my favorite is property, right? So, what is the value in property? Is it really money? So, once again, I'm bringing this up so you can actually understand what you should be investing in. The value from a property on its most basic level comes from shelter, comfort for you or your family, a little bit of safety there. You know that it's always necessary, right? And that is where the value is. It's not really the money. you start assigning a money value to an asset when it needs to be exchanged. That's really the only time that you do it. And if you look at it from the perspective of real estate property, then you would say, okay, well, what are you really doing when you assign a value, a dollar value to a property? Well, you're asking the seller, how much do I need to pay you for you to be homeless? Right? That's actually the question that you're asking. And that is the reason why real estate is so expensive, right? You have to ask someone what they're willing to take to be homeless. And then from the purchaser's side, the purchaser is saying, I am willing to pay you this much so I don't be homeless anymore. So I'm not going to be homeless anymore. Okay? So whenever you see people complaining about how high the property prices are in a certain area, that's what you need to remind yourself, is that the exchange of that property is really being assigned a dollar value where homelessness is involved, right? I know that's hard to, grasp or wrap your mind around, but that's really what's going on there. And the same thing for the other two asset classes that I was talking about, right? Whether it's cryptocurrency or stocks or any other type of asset that you can think of, if you don't understand the inherent value, you shouldn't be assigning a dollar value to it and then investing in it. You should believe in the inherent value first and then investing your dollar into it. If you don't believe, don't invest, okay? And this brings me to the real crux of the problem and the real crux of this video. In recession times or turbulent times, times of turmoil, inflationary times, when you look back on your assets and you think that, well, you know what, since times are rough, I'm just going to sell them, you might have had a problem with what you believed in the first place, okay? If somebody tells you right now, let's say you own your home free and clear, okay? And a recession hit or a housing crisis hits, whatever. And then somebody tells you that your home is worth $0. Would you sell it or would you exchange it? What would you do? Are you willing to go homeless for $1 or less than $1 or whatever? If somebody tells you, well, it's recessionary times, so your house is worth $0, of course you wouldn't. And the reason you wouldn't is because there is inherent value to you. There's safety in that house. The house provides you shelter. You don't care what the dollar value of the house is. You know that it's worth something. Same thing with, let's pick Bitcoin, right? If you truly, truly believe in the utility of cryptocurrency, crypto assets, right? If you truly believe in it, you could care less what the dollar value being assigned to it currently is. Same thing with stocks. If you love Microsoft and you've done your research and you know that the company is solid, it doesn't matter if some analyst or a bunch of other thousands of people think that it's not worth $1, right? If you've done your research and you believe in the company wholeheartedly, then you're just going to keep your asset, right? So that's what I wanted to make sure and bring to the table here today, is that just because we're going through a little turmoil doesn't mean you should run off and sell all your assets, right? Why get emotional about it when you know that the inherent value to you is still worth it, right? But yeah, that's all I got for today. Hopefully that provides a perspective for some of you that you may need, or you may just want to think about and understand. Let me know if this was helpful. Give me something in the comment, like, and then subscribe. We'll see you next time.